Friend.tech is really making waves now, and there's a lot of accounts over 5 ETH per share or one even over 8 ETH. So friend.tech is basically this application where you can buy shares or keys in someone's profiles. It's basically like collecting baseball cards, but what you're collecting is influencers or other people, and by buying their card they share, you basically can access a private chat with them. So if anyone is sharing alpha or some interesting information, this is the way to have a connection with them. It's especially useful if someone is an influencer. It's hard to get to them, they have DMs constantly on, and this way you get a private chat with them because the bonding curve is really crazy. So bonding curve means how fast the price of an individual share will rise, because the prices are starting from absolutely zero. If you're starting with friend.tech, basically it will be zero for you if you buy your own a key, but it will grow pretty quickly. So for example, people who have already like 250 holders, as you can see here, the price is already over 8 ETH. So there are like many holders. You can, for example, see the stats of 0x Racer, the top account here. He has 250 holders, and basically the supply is 366, and this made the whole thing to 8 ETH. If we were to look at some of the other accounts, so for example, to make a really change, let's have a look at something around 1. So number 10, or maybe number even 9, we have Kobe. So Kobe is super well known. At 3 ETH, he has supply of 237. The price is 342 ETH per single key, and you can have a private chat with Kobe this way. The business model is really great for friend.tech. You have 20% for each fee, 20% for selling, 20% actually goes to the team, and 20% goes to you. So there's a lot of fees involved in buying and selling friend.tech. You even make money just for other people to buy and sell your shares, and this is super interesting. We're going to go through a bunch of different statistics because there's really very interesting stuff happening right now, and you can see there's a second wave. There's this chart from Crypto Choreo, which shows you everything. Basically, this is the stats for how people are buying and selling. You had this initial euphoria, first of all, when it started around August 11, and then the first euphoria was around August 20th, 21, 21st, 22nd. Then it was a little bit more silent for 2 weeks basically, and now it's up again. And I think it can go really up again if, for example, different celebrities from non-crypto world will join, like sports figures, actors, people who are well known for things outside of crypto. This will really could make a difference here. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. You can see how the stats looks here. The model is really interesting, especially with buying and selling. The volume is massive. You can see that, for example, the whole protocol generated $10 million, over $10 million in fees. This is the money that is going straight to the team and to building and expanding the project, which means this is a sustainable business model. They really can start doing something with that money. And this is not the money that they have for like issuing new collection of NFTs or anything like that. They even have a plan for maybe making a token and doing an airdrop, because within the app you have points that you get by basically buying and selling, plus inviting more people over. So they have a good system for points, a little bit similar to what Blur was doing, and people are expecting a massive airdrop at a time, which might be super interesting. So let's have a look at the app itself. I'm going to be going back to this diagram plus a bunch of others, like for example this one from 0x John. This is very interesting for the top accounts. You can see that 0x Racer, the one on the top here, has this chart of up only almost, and is over 14k. Well, 13k around right now. It was at 14k at the max. So those are the charts for the individual shares and how expensive they are. So $14,000 for a single key for 0x Racer, which is really crazy. Another thing which is really interesting, also coming from Crypto Choreo, is the highest earners, and you can see how many people have followers. Of course, this game is skewed entirely to followers and projects which are interesting. If you're a part of the retail, you'd be better off probably trading other keys than expecting that your key will be so valuable, because it's really, there's a little chance for that unless you do something super interesting. For now, the top earners were Racer, Kobe, Saka, all three well-known profiles on Twitter, doing very interesting stuff. Basically, they have an earnings over $200,000 just from the fees, and this is for people doing different. So this is like, they did really nothing for that. This is basically for people that are buying and selling. Some of that percentage is going directly to them, to their profiles, and this is how they are making money here, which is absolutely crazy. This is a business model that is also to some level sustainable, and also makes people want to join, because if you have a huge audience, if you, for example, if you're an actor, if you're a sports figure, then basically your fans, by buying your keys, will also give a part of that to you directly. So there's like super incentive for that, and that's why people are joining. Altogether, if you look at the stats, there are over, I think, 160,000 unique buyers, or even like almost 180,000 right now. This is growing pretty quickly. The last time I checked, which was like yesterday in the morning, it was like 160, 65. It's 177, so it's really growing pretty fast. Let's go back to the topic I did. Basically, I compared the whole friend.tech to collecting baseball cards. I think this is like the fair thing, because you have those cards, and those cards give you some additional utility sometimes, but this is not the main thing. I think the collectability and the fact that you can actually get the card of your favorite influencer, it's much more important than any kind of the chat, because people sometimes don't care about the chat. You might not want to do the chatting thing on friend.tech. Now, I have a bunch of codes. I think those are used up probably by now. That was yesterday, but if not, you can check it out. I'm going to link this thread in the description to this video. Now, you can claim your free share. I explained the basic model I have explained here. $10 million in fees alone. It was $9 million just yesterday. So again, this is really crazy and growing pretty fast. Now, the top accounts has over 5 ETH in value. And we are in the second cycle. The last one was around 20th August. The massive number, so this is what I've mentioned. It's, as you have seen, 177,000. That's today. Yesterday it was 164,000. So a lot of volume since yesterday. And you can look at the accounts of people who are influencers. They basically behave as like one of the altcoins going up and down. A lot of action on them. People are speculating quite a lot. So this is super interesting. The top key being from a 0x Eraser, over $14,000, which is massive. I have my own account if you're interested. I think this is still pretty cheap. Of course, nothing is promised here. I'm trying to add more to my friend.tech also. I think it's interesting if I, for example, share projects that I plan on doing research and video here before doing the video. So this is something I can share on my friend.tech, but of course you should do your own research. This is not any kind of financial advice. Now, for the dashboards, if you want to also check the dashboards I mentioned here, which are coming from Crypto Choreo and 0x John, I definitely recommend them. This is all the sources. They'll be also provided in the description to this video, and also this thing is coming from Degen's Finance. Another thing I haven't mentioned there, but I want to mention here is Spot on Chain, which is this great dashboard with different signals. They also have friend decks, which allows you to look at different kind of details on what are the potential opportunities, how new people are joining the platform. This is everything that I have described in my video on Spot on Chain. So if you want to see how it works with friend.tech, go to that video. For everything else, of course, subscribe to my channel. I tend to cover everything that is new in crypto, also all the trends, everything that's happening and is important. So subscribe and see you in the next video.